This module is about the different moments of truth. They are called moments of truth because this is when a marketer knows if he or she was able to successfully influence a consumer in making the decision that he or she wants the consumer to make. Did the marketer successfully guide the consumer toward the brand choice? There are 4 important moments: 0 moment of truth, first moment of truth, second moment of truth, and the ultimate moment of truth. These moments are the moments that a marketer can put information out there in the marketplace and hopefully win and able to influence the consumer in making the decision that we want them to make, which is to buy our brand. First, let's look at the first moment of truth. We look at this moment first because it's the oldest concept in the 4 different moments. It was first coined by P&G at around 2005. It's a 3 to 7 seconds after a shopper first encounters a product on the store shelf. These precious moment converts a browser to a buyer. This is the moment where you win or lose that sale. This moment aligns with the purchase phase of the consumer decision journey. Now think back to 2005 when this term, first moment of truth, was first coined by P&G. Marketers used to spend millions on TV advertising in the hope of guiding you to the store, to the aisle, and to that product. This is the first moment of truth when the marketer knows if all that effort paid off. Did you buy? Or did you end up buying someone else? This is the moment where you win or lose that sale. How to win this moment? Packaging has to be impactful. If someone goes to the store, stands in front of the shelf, and then somehow their eye is distracted to a competitive product and buy that product instead, you lost. In this day and age, online shopping is very popular. It's the product page. Did that product page have content that's impactful? Or did the consumer get distracted by one of these other products you may want to consider that's also on that page because your page did not give him or her the information to really close that sale? Now this is when he or she is ready to buy, very close to that purchase moment. So you need to give the consumer a clear reason to buy. You need to give enough information, but not too much information. You don't want anything that will distract him, make him do a little bit more research. You just want to give a clear and concise reason to buy you versus the other products on the page or versus the other product on the shelf. What is the one reason that they should pick you? Arguably online, there's a little bit more realistic. You may have a little bit more information, and also even on packaging, arguably there's more than one piece of information. But you need to clearly know what is that one piece of information so that you can design the packaging or the page accordingly to make sure that this one point comes through loud and clear. You don't want to distract the consumer and move him out of purchase. Then it's the second moment of truth, also coined by P&G around the same time. In this moment, the consumer can actually fully experience your product. Did you deliver on your brand promise? In this moment, he or she is either satisfied or dissatisfied. A happy or unhappy consumer is made. This moment aligns with the post-purchase phase in the consumer decision journey, and this moment determines if a loyalty loop may be created. You want a loyalty loop to be created. You want to skip the entire journey. You want your brand to be the brand to buy the moment a repurchase is needed. So this is the second moment of truth that you want to win. How to win the second moment of truth? First, create a truly wonderful product. No crappy product is going to create a good post-purchase experience. Deliver on what you promise and don't over-promise. Manage consumer expectation. Consider providing how-to videos or guides, and ensure that you have effective after-purchase care including social media channels, to address any consumer questions. Let me give you a few examples. There are these wrap dresses out there that's supposed to be one dress equals 18 styles. Now, a consumer buys this dress with the expectation of having 18 styles. But if she only can figure out 2 styles, she's not going to have a positive post-purchase experience. But the post-purchase experience is not like a one moment thing, right? It's an experience. So, if you have how-to videos online and your packaging may include a link to that video, she can learn how to make those all 18 style, and then she'll be happy. Or maybe she call you or post on your Facebook channel. I can only figure out 2. If you have effective post-purchase care and able to direct her to that video to show her how to make those 18, you can ultimately create this positive post-purchase experience so you can manage the consumer's experience. Go back to my example in the earlier module where I may have converted from a PC to a Mac. There is this transition period which may not be 100% smooth, but if there's good post-purchase care and there is sufficient help to get me to have a positive experience, to help me successfully convert from a PC to a Mac, you can still make me a happy consumer. So the second moment of truth is about both creating a good product and having good post-purchase care. And in this day and age, it includes your social media channels. If someone posts on your social media channel, posts on your Facebook page, posts on your Twitter, they expect a reply. That's even more important if it's a negative post in the sense of they're asking a question. If they're asking you a question on your Twitter and Facebook, they're trying to turn a potentially negative experience into a positive experience, and you have that opportunity to make it positive. So you need to be replying to these questions on your social media channel. Next, let's look at the 0 moment of truth. The 0 moment of truth was first coined by Google at around 2011. It's coined by Google. You may be able to guess. It's about the internet. The internet changed everything. This is often a research moment. This moment aligns closely with the active evaluation phase of the consumer decision journey. Let me give you an example of the 0 moment of truth. A consumer goes to look for something to prevent bad breath. The consumer goes to the mouthwash aisle and then takes out the mobile phone and try to figure out what is the best mouthwash. He's in front of the aisle, but just wanted to do a little bit of research. Types in the mobile phone, mouthwash for bad breath, and pop out an article that suggests a tongue scraper is actually a great solution for bad breath. Consumer decides to go buy a tongue scraper instead and leaves the mouthwash aisle. I previously talked about that at any one of these moments, a consumer can leave the journey toward buying your category. The consumer can get information and get distracted and leaves the journey entirely. This is one example of that, where the consumer is already in front of the mouthwash aisle and then leaves to buy a tongue scraper. Imagine if you were the mouthwash manufacturer. How disappointing is that? The consumer is just a second away from purchase and then he or she leaves entirely and buys something else entirely. So how do you win the 0 moment of truth? As mentioned before, the 0 moment of truth is about the internet. So make sure you have web content and make sure that web content is search engine optimized. Today, people often start a purchase journey with a search. Google is no longer a noun, it's a verb. When someone needs something, they Google it. They Google to figure out what is the best that's out there. If organic search is not enough, consider adding paid search as your marketing mix. Paid search is often considered one of the most efficient and effective marketing tactic, so consider adding that into your marketing mix. And then consider seeding your content to other websites or blogs to strengthen your online presence. It's all about having a strong online presence and giving your consumer the right information. Have the mouthwash pop up either in the paid search or something, or have more mouthwash for bad breath article out there. The tongue scraper article may not have been as high on the search result. There are ways to prevent other people's article from becoming a distraction to your consumer. It's about making sure you put the content you want the consumer to find out there, either through search optimization, through paid tactic, or through other different kind of outreach that helps you to create a stronger web presence. If you have a strong web presence, you can win the 0 moment of truth. Then the ultimate moment of truth, coined by Brian Solis, and I think this is coined in around 2013. So this is the newest concept. It's that moment where people who convert an experience into discoverable content in any one of the countless social platforms people use to stay connected these days. Someone has such a pleasant post-purchase experience, he or she was compelled to share it. This becomes someone else's 0 moment of truth. This is the ultimate moment of truth in the sense that all that you've done, they purchase it. Were they happy enough to become your brand ambassador? Did you truly convert someone that they're happy, they're loyal, and they in turn basically become a salesperson for you? This is like the ultimate win. That's why it's called the ultimate moment of truth. How do you win the ultimate moment of truth? Create something that's worth sharing. You cannot win the ultimate moment of truth if you did not win the second moment of truth. If you did not have a good product and it's good enough to be worth sharing, you will not win the ultimate moment of truth. CRM tactic to nudge someone to share. CRM stands for Consumer Relations Management. CRM typically is email management, but it also can broadly include social media or other forums, or if you have your own pages, forum pages on your website. Those are all considered consumer relations. Different ways to manage consumer relations. Email, social media are the common tactics. Be present in the various social channels where your consumers connect. You need to know what's going on out there. What are they saying? Listen to what your consumers are sharing socially. You may want to reshare what they're sharing. This, by listening, is how you find out if you win or you won this moment or not. Are people sharing? If not, you need to do something. If they are sharing, or if they're sharing something bad, you learn and you turn it around. But you first have to listen and participate in conversation as appropriate, because ultimately winning this moment of truth is creating those brand ambassadors for you. So you need to cultivate this relationship. And so listening, participating as appropriate, and nudge them to share, and just continue to build up this ambassadorship from these happy consumers. So these are the different moments of truth. The 0 moment of truth, where people are searching for information, aligns with the active evaluation phase. First moment of truth, whether or not they actually buy. Did you win or lose that sale? Second moment of truth, were they happy with your product? Ultimate moment of truth, were they so happy that they become your brand ambassador and share that information that creates a 0 moment of truth for someone else. So these are the different moments where you can look at how are you doing currently, what information is out there that you are putting out there to help you win these moments, and how can you kind of improve your odds of winning these different moments of truth.